And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years. So Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course.
None of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
still
a corporation. I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Today's courtroom hearing gets incredibly heated as a sovereign citizen faces serious charges for allegedly embezzling more than $60,000. As expected, he immediately falls back on the usual sovereign citizen arguments, insisting that the court has no authority over him. The judge, however, isn't having any of it. She handles every one of his claims with confidence, humor, and a level of patience that seems to be running out by the minute. Watching this exchange unfold is both frustrating and entertaining as the defendant continues to double down on arguments that clearly aren't getting him anywhere. Let me know what you think of the judge's approach in this case. And if you enjoy courtroom content like this, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more. Let's jump right into it.
So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So, Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course.
None of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. So
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
One thing I've never understood about sovereign citizens is their obsession with the all caps argument. Somehow, they believe that seeing their name written in capital letters on legal documents changes the validity of the case. It's one of the most common claims you'll hear, yet it never seems to hold up in court. At this point, it almost feels like they all read the same internet guide and decided to repeat the exact same talking points. Instead of addressing the actual charges against them, they spend their time arguing over formatting and technicalities that judges have heard countless times before. What do you think about this argument? Does it make any sense to you? Let me know in the comments, and let's get back to the hearing.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger-Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you. We have budgets. The court system is not a profit generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected. People who are victims of crimes are protected. And that's why we have
But in
all
order
these.
for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case
The victim
because
would be the company. And the
you are
company,
charged.
I can't face. the
Actually,
company.
just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years.
If this defendant is planning to take his case before a jury, he could be in for a very rough experience. Time and time again, we've seen sovereign citizens insist on representing themselves and pushing these unconventional legal theories, only for things to fall apart once the facts of the case are presented. Jurors generally focus on evidence, and when someone spends more time arguing about jurisdiction than addressing the accusations against them, it rarely works in their favor. The more this defendant talks, the more difficult his situation appears to become. Do you think he has any chance of convincing a jury, or is this headed toward disaster? Let me know your thoughts as we continue.
You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But their
can't stand
representative
it.
can. Yes, they can. Yes,
They
they
can?
can. Yes, they
Okay.
can. So I have 189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So
Yeah,
yes, they
they're-
can. Yes,
They're
you
going
can be
by
charged.
everything,
You
all the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for
Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a business
crime.
corporation, I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're
Okay.
standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all caps name is that.
That means nothing. That's not valid. It's
Okay.
not legal.
right.
So do you want to represent yourself or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing?
By the end of this hearing, it becomes obvious that the defendant is doing himself absolutely no favors. Every attempt to challenge the court only seems to create more problems for him, and the judge appears increasingly frustrated with the constant interruptions and repetitive arguments. While this defendant isn't the most extreme sovereign citizen we've ever seen, he's certainly sticking to the familiar script. Cases like this are a reminder that courtroom arguments need to be based on actual law and evidence, not internet theories and misunderstandings about the legal system. What did you think about this hearing? Was the defendant as unreasonable as he seemed, or do you think there was something more going on here? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future courtroom content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.